Is it too much to ask for a proper Resident Evil movie? You know, one that actually follows the game or that is faithful to it? Like, I just don't understand. When will they get this right? No, better yet, how come they can't get this right? Every time they release these projects, all they do is diminish the franchise. It's actually quite baffling. When will they learn to make an actual Resident Evil movie? You know, a more accurate one? One that the fans deserve? Fans have been waiting for years and are still waiting, and all we've gotten so far is this.
You told me you got bit, motherfucker. I'm hanging with you and shit.
This. And this. Also this.
What the fuck? You might want to get a fire extinguisher.
And now we have this. Netflix's Resident Evil. First and foremost, keep in mind that this Resident Evil on Netflix is its own thing. It's more of a zombie flick with some Resident Evil elements thrown in, but it's its own story, just like the rest of the other Resident Evil live action films we received. The show goes about telling its story set between two timelines. The series follows twin sisters Jade and Billy Wesker. In 2022, the teenage Jade and Billy launch an ill-fated investigation into what their father, Albert Wesker, really does. He's played by Lance Reddick, and because he works for Umbrella Corporation, you just know what that all entails. 14 years later, we see how devastating Albert and the Umbrella Corporation's experiments were as an adult Jade desperately tries to find a cure for the zombie-making T-virus. From here on out, throughout the show, it switches back and forth from these two different timelines. It may come across annoying for some and welcoming for others. I, for one, appreciate the idea, but I thought it was just poorly executed in some ways. So I want to get this out of the way, which is the only thing I actually liked about this show was Lance Reddick's performance as Wesker, particularly Bert. I enjoyed watching him play the character Bert, and the thing is, the character isn't introduced to us until episode 7, and there's 8 episodes total. So yeah. What I didn't like were the Wesker kids, Jade and Billy. Man, oh man, they seem way too full of themselves and extremely selfish. This Netflix Resident Evil series felt like it was made for kids and teenagers, and that leads me to say this felt like a CW show for some reason that I can't even explain myself. I think it's because of the teen angst to it, along with the music. Oh my gosh, speaking of the music, that was one of the major dislikes that I had for this show, was the choice of music selected. It would pop up on you during or after something happened and didn't fit with the show overall. My goodness gracious, there was nothing Resident Evil about that. There was nothing here interesting enough to keep me going either. And I want to make something clear, and that is I wanted to give up on this show early on so darn fast. I had no desire to continue, but I only stayed with it for the sake of the review. So for my pain and suffering that I endure for you guys, it would be nice to receive a subscribe, like, and comment below. It helps to push the video out there to more people. So please and thank you. Bottom line, didn't like this. I think there will be mixed fans out there who will either hate it or love it. So take that for what you will. But I mean, who asked for this? Did you ask for this? Did you? You or you? The Resident Evil projects we received so far have just been a disservice to the fans. All fans want and are asking for is a direct adaptation done in a respectable way. How hard is that? Even though I said this show is its own thing, that's the thing here. It really is. And there was no need to even call this Resident Evil. Going into this, knowing it's called Resident Evil sets you up for failure. Okay, well maybe for some, but you going into this expecting Resident Evil material and you end up getting this, which again is different and feels like a different zombie story other than Resident Evil. And I think it would have been more beneficial and better received had this not been labeled Resident Evil. So, you know, it seems at this point we will never get a good Resident Evil adaptation. I'm just saying.